Health is something natural we normally have from birth. Afterwards, we get sick from time to time. If we aren't vaccinated, childhood illnesses are part of our lives. But apart from that, most diseases are psychosomatic, meaning they point us to a construction site in our lives. When we are healthy and balanced, we can cope well with stress and other burdensome situations. Our immune system functions well and can deal with them. However, if we are constantly stressed or feel exhausted, we overload our immune system. Our body initially reacts with a complaint. If we don't change anything, our immune system will collapse and we get sick. A disease often changes our quality of life. Pain can be an indication of an illness. However, there are diseases, such as cancer, that don't cause pain in the early stages and are therefore insidious. The nature of an illness and how it affects our lives can give us a clue to its origin. Just as an illness can block us, for example, we are currently in a situation in which we've been blocked. It may be that we have been stalled or condemned to silence, for example. Therefore, in most cases, the cause of a disease is a burdensome situation. This situation brings us into a great imbalance that overwhelms us. An imbalance arises when we don't take care of our basic needs or don't take sufficient care of them. Our basic needs include, among other things, the drive for freedom and self-determination. But it can also be the wish for a meaningful task or to belong somewhere. The reason we repeatedly neglect our basic needs is that we have adopted behaviors that sometimes do us more harm than good. In addition, we base our lives on values, rules, and perspectives we've usually never thought through, and that in some cases don't even correspond to us. For example, we think we would have to be strong and persevere. We do this because we were either raised with this perspective or we've adopted it. This perspective can lead us to put others at the center and neglect ourselves in the process. In such a case, it would make sense to set boundaries or treat ourselves to a break. If we were honest with ourselves, we would admit that we are partly responsible for our constant stress. We are the ones who allow others to take advantage of us or repeatedly treat us disrespectfully. This realization is important because it's the basic prerequisite for being able to improve our own health. However, there are even more things that play a role in order to get well again. For example, it's important to understand people in order to be able to forgive them and thus let go of burdensome situations. It's equally important to rethink our judgments and realign our behavior. This healing process takes time, rest, and our full attention. Although doctors and therapists can initiate the process and support us in it, we alone decide whether and to what extent we engage in it.